Okay, guys, welcome to Module 2. In this module, what we're going to be taking a look at, specifically with My Big Campus, is the EduTalk tab over here. And before I get into that, just kind of want to set up what this is going to lead into. And as a teacher, I know that there are a lot of different things that are thrown your way by administrators, not to mention stuff from parents and students as the day goes along. And having a background in business, I know how important it is to be able to streamline things and consolidate things and not have to reproduce work and do the same task multiple different times in multiple different locations. So one of the great things about My Big Campus as a learning management system is that it offers you an opportunity to be able to build what is called a professional learning network, a PLN, and that's something that is going to be embedded into this module as we discuss excuse me, what the EduTalk tab specifically can do for you in terms of it being a resource for you to use to develop ideas, to develop content, to enrich your curriculum and things like that. So before I actually get into that, I just want to talk for a second about developing a PLN. And I come here to Twitter, and I know for those of you that are at the middle school, we did this under the guidance of Eric last year. We instituted a program called Two Tweets to Share, in which our staff all got on Twitter. And one of the things that we preach about Twitter is, I know there are maybe some concerns by educators about being active on social media. Where do we draw the lines? How do we associate with parents and other stakeholders in education? But I want to let you guys know that for the purpose of developing a professional learning network, none of that matters. It is secondary. You would obviously never be asked to or expected to have to feel pressure to follow a parent or communicate with a parent via social media. If that was your cup of tea and you had a comfort level with doing that, certainly it's a great avenue to be able to do that. And I do know educators that have successfully been able to integrate communication systems with other stakeholders via social media, but that's another conversation for another time. Using Twitter as to develop a professional learning network, however, does not require you to have to be active on social media, such as Twitter. You don't have to tweet. You don't have to say what you're having for dinner, or that you're going to the gym, or that you saw such and such, or you're reading this book. All you simply have to do is set up the platform for you to be able to follow people who are in the educational world that post tons of great resources. And as I was preparing this video, I came across, as I opened up my Twitter feed over here, if you're not familiar with how Twitter works, you can use what is called a hashtag. And what that does is, as soon as you place a pound sign or a hashtag on Twitter and then immediately type a word or phrase after that, it categorizes your tweet based on that word or phrase or whatever it might be. And then essentially what that does is every tweet that is put out on Twitter with that hashtag is placed in this category, and it makes it easy to search for tweets related to that topic. So as you can see over here on the trends, there are some different ideas and things that are going on, obviously, with the World Cup and obviously the ruling with Hobby Lobby yesterday. But this one right here, this ISTE 2014, the conference for ISTE was held, which is on integrating technology in the classroom, was held this past week down in Atlanta, and everything related to that will use this hashtag ISTE 2014. So as an educator, if I didn't attend, but I wanted to find, what was said, who was involved, what were some of the, big ideas, the big takeaways from this convention, I could come in here and you can see there are people that you could follow that were involved with this. There are different tweets that were put out. So you can go through this now and read through journal articles, websites, blogs, things of that nature, and gain ideas and whatnot from this. So you can imagine you could search for content related things, you could search for people, you could search for groups. It's really an endless possibility when developing your professional learning network. So again, to kind of then transition that back into My Big Campus, and what I mentioned earlier about consolidating things and not having to go all over the place to do something, there's an embedded way for you to be able to build your PLN through this EduTalk tab. And so when you click on this, as you can see, nothing essentially changes as far as the layout. It's still a wall-based layout as you would see on like Facebook or on the front page of My Big Campus. What you can see here are these are posts from educators all throughout the world. Anyone who is active on My Big Campus can post to this, and you can see where these come from. Here's somebody from Noblesville, but basically you're able to come in here and just communicate with teachers. This is open to teachers only, administrators, educators, but no students are able to gain access to this. So you could scroll down through here and you could just kind of read what people are saying, or you could, again, as you saw on Facebook, you have the different trending tweets over here or posts, because you can hashtag things through here as well. So you can search over here as well if you were looking for a specific topic. But there are some really great exchanges that can take place through here. There are some videos that I've seen where teachers have been able to post questions about wanting to, for example, teach a lesson about tectonic activity in a geography class, and they may post that they're looking for somebody who has experience. Maybe they live in a part of the world where they don't experience earthquakes, so they ask if there are any educators that live in a part of the world where they experience that, and so then somebody will potentially come back and say, yeah, we live in California, we experience earthquakes all the time. And they even show an example in one video where the two teachers have a conversation. They set up a video conference between the two classes in which they're able to share ideas via video. So the possibilities are endless. It's up to you how much you want to take advantage of it, if you want to get that involved with it, if you want to use it as a way to search for educational articles or blog posts or things of that nature. It certainly exists for that as well. So I want to certainly encourage you guys to take a moment to go through this and be active on it. You're only going to get out of it what you put into it. This keeps you from maybe having to go, to a bunch of different places to try to gather ideas and suggestions. And you may not find everything that you want here, but it certainly is a good place to start. If you're going to be implementing My Big Campus and infusing it more in the classroom, why not use it? It's right here. And like I said, it's a great group of individuals with, it being exclusively educators that post on here. So, if you want any help with getting to know how to do this, it's, again, relatively simple. You post your ideas up here the same way that you do on the front of My Big Campus. And then, again, as I said, there's search tools over here for you to look for individual topics or people to go through and find what it is that you're looking for. So I will have an article up for you to read on developing professional learning networks and the advantages of doing that, what you get out of it, for you guys to read in the module as well, and then we'll open up some discussion in this module as well for developing professional learning networks.